West. Oh, the voices come together, a podcast so fine, telling tales of yesterday, crossing every line, with a jazzy kind of rhythm and a spark in their quest. It's the best in the West, we must confess. Late nights cramming or dreaming so tall, echoing footsteps.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Hopefully, everything is going well with you and yours this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're watching from. Right now, hopefully everything in your life, let's just say that, is going great. It's going great over here at the NCS Best in the West podcast. And I believe this is season number 2, episode number 3 or 4. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So we're doing our thing, trying to make it happen, trying to go live every single month during throughout the year. So today, without further ado, we have another wonderful, special young guest here in the studio. And so El Presidente just keeps getting these folks together, these former NCS alumni, folks who just kind of walked the halls of Normandy, was in the chapels and eating hot dogs. And even though this guest said that they didn't have hot dogs, they didn't have the hot dog program. What's up with that? Anyway, we're going to talk to my good friend. I've just seen her blossom into a lovely young lady here. We go to church together. I attend church with her mom and her uncle, and know a little bit about her family. We're going to welcome to the show Imari Taylor. Let me see if I can get you in. There you go.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
How are you today?
Pretty good. It's low-key kind of hot out here, but I'm okay. It's cool inside. That's what matters.
You know what? It can be cooler inside. I do have my water to stay hydrated, so you got your water?
I do too. And my big old Stanley.
Big Stanley. Shout out to Stanley.
Stanley, sponsor us, you know?
Stanley Cups. That's what's up. Now, unfortunately, sometimes because of where we are, we have to compete with the outside noise. So if you're watching the live or if you're watching the video, just know every now and again you might hear a siren or some cars or somebody doing donuts in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we don't have the soundproofing that we would necessarily need for the NCS podcast, but I am so glad that you're here today.
Thank you for having me.
So before we begin and before we talk about the hot dog day that I really enjoyed and that you did not have the privilege of enjoying,
Nope.
Tell the people who you are.
So like he said, my name is Imari Taylor. De'Aaron Hudson is my uncle. Marcetta Hudson is my mom. Faye Hudson is my grandma, and Henry Hudson is my grandfather. So there's a big legacy up there.
You know, it's funny that you should mention legacy, and I haven't, made you aware of any of the questions that I have, but the first one does relate to legacy. Now, your connection to Normandy Christian School, as you just said, runs really, really deep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when did you first realize that your family legacy at NCS was something truly, truly special?
I would probably say maybe towards the end of me being at Normandy, when I would talk to people and they'd be like, wait, you're Faye Hudson's granddaughter? You're Marcetta's daughter? I'm like, yeah. And everyone always knew who my mom was or my uncle was or my grandma was. And I was like, why does everyone know you guys? I'm just me, But then they would always speak so highly of them, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're a big deal here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, big deal. So let me kind of lay down the foundation for those of you who might be new to the podcast, and we thank you. Go ahead and hit that like button as we deal with all the stuff that is happening in our neighborhood. It's crazy. Okay, your grandmother Faye Hudson was the school's first full-time business manager, and your great aunt Helen was the first school secretary hired by beloved Carol Pitts. Do you remember any stories that just growing up that kind of relates to their roles at the school?
Not really. I think I was still a little too young to kind of remember any of it. If anything, the stories I remember were more so at things that would happen at the luncheon, where they would talk about like the relationship between like Carol Pitts and my grandma, or my Aunt Helen. But besides that, like, I didn't really know anything until I was like about to graduate, essentially.
Now, a graduate from sixth grade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was many moons ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite a while ago now.
Yeah. Now, how does it feel knowing that your family helped build and sustain the foundation of NCS for many generations?
It's very humbling. It's funny because anytime like I go by the school, every so often there used to be like a poster and my face was still on it, and I was like, guys, I haven't been here in like so long.
Kind of eerie seeing yourself.
Yeah, I'm
huh?
like, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Wow.
But anytime I even just go there, kind of just to see what it's like, I realize like this is generational. Like my family really grew up with this. It's been 3 generations of us kind of all being there.
Yeah.
So yeah, anytime I'm over there, it's definitely like a very humbling experience. And I can tell, even just in conversations I have with people, the kind of impact that like the Hudson family had on everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, as you said, you're the daughter of Marcetta Hudson and the niece of Darren Hudson. I call him El Presidente. Now, have they passed down any values about family, about education, faith, and community?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of them have very much kind of passed on like education to me. Both of them are the reason that like even after high school, I was like, I'm just going to continue my education with college and stuff. Both of them are the reason I am still within the church family, because they both went to Alondra. And Darren brought me to Alondra. So, and I've kind of just been here ever since.
Absolutely.
But I love it here. So yeah, I definitely think they've paved the way for me. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. We love having you too. You know what I'm saying? Watching you and Danielle, kind of grow up, and I'll call your mom, and she probably, when she watches this, she would like, JR, because she calls me JR. She's like, JR, why you call? I call her Coach Louie, because she would always walk around with these Louie bags.
Oh my gosh!
But
yes.
also she had the Coach bags too. So I call her Coach Louie.
She's very stylish. She's always got some type of fancy bag with a matching shoe.
Man.
Like, oh my, like I want to be as cool as her. Like,
yeah.
should steal something from her closet or something.
Ooh, well, no, not steal. How about
borrow? There you go.
We gonna. So now, when you come to church on Sunday, I'm gonna see you borrowing something.
I'm gonna have some type of Louis Vuitton with a matching heel or something.
Absolutely. Okay, you didn't hear that from us, Marcetta. So
yeah,
just,
no. Mom, just close your ears.
Just
You didn't
close
hear
your
that.
ears.
You didn't hear that.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move on to just kind of maybe reminiscing about your life as an NCS student. So you were there for 7 years, as if I recall, and the notes say you were a 7-year saint attending NCS from kinder through 6th grade. What was special about growing up at Normandy during those formative years in your life?
I think one, there's not that many of us 7-year saints actually, especially with my generation. There's not a lot of us.
That's true.
I will say, I think being able to kind of have my whole life kind of like in a book and being able to look back on it, I think is very rewarding. I started Normandy really, really young. I think I was freshly 3.
Freshly 3?
Yeah, I was like freshly 3. Because if we started school in September, my birthday was in July. Yeah, I was freshly 3.
Okay.
Real young.
So are you telling me that you started NCS as a 3-year-old in kindergarten?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Yeah, I know, right?
That's crazy.
It is. So even there, like I was always the youngest one in class, and it had its perks though. Because I would be able to be like, yeah, I'm the youngest. Now what, guys? And I'm in the same grade as you.
3 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
3 years old.
Okay, so I started my NCS journey, and I was a 6-year saint. So I did go to 4th grade. I did go out of 4th grade 1 year in South Carolina. I'm a 6-year saint.
Okay.
But Yeah, I started when I was 4. So I'm just like, man, 3 years old?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Now,
Crazy.
let me ask you, what are some of your favorite memories being a student under the principal of Teresa Wilson? You have any favorite memories?
Ooh. Yes.
Okay. Give us one or two.
One of those being I was someone who just could not concentrate in class ever.
See, the maturity. The maturity. You started.
I started
Too early.
I started too early. I started too early. Yeah, I could not concentrate like at all. I was getting in trouble. Let's say that. I was getting in trouble a lot. And it got to a point where she'd be like, Imari, do you want me to just like have your grandpa come and sit in class with you?
Ooh.
And I was like, sure, why not? Well, he sat in class with me. Yeah. And I was like, never again. Never gonna talk back again. I didn't realize you would actually get him here.
Oh, okay.
And he was there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, yeah. So
You thought she was bluffing.
I did. I thought she was bluffing. And then that kind of goes back to the point of I didn't realize how well connected my family is with this school.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the few memories that I like always remember where it's like I got in trouble and they were like, you know what? We're going to have somebody watch you in class to make sure you act right.
Yeah. You probably like, oh, Grandpa, he gonna bring some candy.
I was like, he's going to bring me snacks. Like, we're going to have fun. Nope. Sat in class with me.
Now, how many times did he have to come up to the building, or was that the one and only time?
No, that was just the one. That was the one and only. I learned my lesson after that. I think I was in like 4th grade.
Wow.
I think I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, another question here, Miss Quick, rest in peace, rest in power, I guess, as they say, called you Little Marcetta because you reminded her so much of your mom. What was it like hearing that nickname growing up?
I still get that nickname.
Really?
People still call me that to this day. Even people at this church where I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Hey, so guess what's gonna happen now?
Oh no. Please. No, it's okay. It's honestly an honor to kind of even be like a resemblance of her.
Yeah.
That means I'm doing her well, kind of walking in her name. But definitely when I was younger, I was like, guys, my name's Imari.
Yeah.
Like, I know Marcetta and Imari sound kind of similar, but like,
bit.
that's not me.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older, honestly, it was very like rewarding because I was like, oh, okay, I'm a good image of her. Like, they're proud of who I've become, and I'm a good representation of kind of who she made me to be.
Yeah, here's a funny thing. And like I said, I didn't share any of my questions with you.
Is that your next question?
My next question was, looking back, how much of your mother do you see in yourself?
A lot. I think a lot. One, her and I look alike. Like if you were to put a side-by-side picture of me and her, I think I've got like some drawing of her in the 2nd grade and me in the 2nd grade, and you can't tell who's different actually.
Got you.
But yeah, no, I think one, we look alike. We have very similar like humor and like banter. We talk the same to people. So sometimes we'll be in a conversation and they'll be like, I thought that was your mom talking. And I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. But there's definitely a lot of traits in me. I think one, she's very hardworking.
Yes.
She's very driven. And I think I've kind of gotten that same drive from her as well. But yeah, no, I think we've got a lot of similar traits. And she'll tell you the same. She'll be like, no, yeah, she's like literally me.
Got you. You are, in essence, Little Marcetta.
I am. As much as I may not like the name, I am very much her. I really am.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay. I'm really going to try not to call you Little Marcetta. Because you're your own person.
Yeah.
Right? And so I get it. Okay. Now, who were some of your teachers, some of your classmates, or moments at NCS that kind of had a lasting impact on you?
Definitely.
First, I was going to say, let's go teachers.
Teachers? Okay. Miss Rhodes, I think for sure.
Of course.
I think that was the one class.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was the class where I got in trouble. She whipped me into shape. Like,
literally whipped you into shape?
Well, no.
Or figuratively?
Well, Both. Both. We'll say both. We'll say both.
Now, was she the class that your grandfather had to come and sit with you?
Yeah. Yeah. It was in her class. And it was just me talking back, wanting to be funny, get a laugh out of everyone, distracting people.
Yeah.
But I think she really kind of taught me who I am. I think especially being that young, I was like, no, like I can do whatever I want. And she's like, yeah, but you got to do those books first. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I got to do school too, right?
Yeah.
But I definitely think she had a very big impact. Even Mrs. Wilson, I think
The principal,
yeah, had an impact. Miss Jackson, oh man, Miss Jackson, yeah. I think Miss Jackson and Miss Rose, between the two of them, I think both of them definitely kind of were like, okay, Imari, like, we know who your family is.
Yeah.
We know who you can be.
Yeah. They want you to live up to it.
Yeah, they did. And it very much so helped because, like I said, like, I think first to like third grade, I was just always acting out, always for no reason ever. But I think once I got to fourth grade, like fourth to sixth, was when the two of them were like, no, well, we're going to get Imari together. We're going to get that right. But yeah, I think the two of them definitely probably had like the biggest impact on me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about friends? Who were some of your classmates that kind of got you into trouble, or they were just kind of your bosom buddies, if you will?
Yeah, the troublemakers.
Was that
Probably.
was that y'all's nickname?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The
yeah.
troublemakers?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Shout out to the troublemakers.
I know, right? And it's funny because I still talk to them like till this day, and sometimes we'll talk and be like, "We used to be really bad. Like, I see why we got in trouble all the time."
Wow.
But I'd say probably Tyreek Quick. He and I, we would just bounce off of each other's energy.
Okay.
Yeah, we were always in trouble. Kimuel, he and I, Jazz as well.
Okay.
Tyreek's cousin.
Okay.
Who else? The grade below me, Olive and Mia.
Okay.
The two of them. At a point, I think we were a trio at a point where they had to separate us during lunch because
y'all
we were just
making trouble.
We were. And it wasn't even like the kind of trouble where you're like, we're purposefully getting in trouble. It's just everyone was always so funny. So we were always just so loud. We were loud and always cracking jokes when it'd be time to be quiet, or like we'd be in like church and we're in the back giggling and we're like, I am so sorry. But everything was just so funny. So, yeah, I think those are the people who, I think all of them I still talk to, like, till this day, like, often about it. And we're like, wow, that was so long ago.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Wow, interesting. Any particular moment that kind of stands out during that time as well?
Probably the luncheons.
Okay.
I think the luncheons are the one thing where, like, I remember us, like, being in church and, like, rehearsing all the time. Like every single day we were rehearsing, getting it right, getting the songs right. If there was a little like acting bit, making sure we knew that. And I think there was probably one time where me, Olive, and Mia, like I think we were sopranos in one of the choir groups, and none of us could hit the right note. Like it was one day where we were just full of giggles, and anytime it was our part, we were just laughing. To the point where they were like, you know what? We're going to skip this number today.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll come back to this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Please be better. And we're like, okay, sorry.
So go ahead.
Yeah. And then we would get right back to giggling and back in trouble.
Now, did they have to take your part out because you guys couldn't get it together or couldn't rehearse?
No. We figured it out. I think Miss Rose told my grandfather, because I remember having a talking with him and him being like, Imari, why am I being called every day? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Not Hank.
Yes.
No way.
Oh my God. Yes. Like
I don't see Hank doing
he used to, oh my goodness. He was always on me. Like, Imari, like, it was more so like a, get it together.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Okay.
You know better.
Not like he was like, hey, check it out. We have to go into this closet with this paddle. It was just
there were a few of those.
Whoa!
A few of those.
Not with Hank.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I am flabbergasted right now. Not Hank Hudson.
Hank Hudson. Like,
Wow.
oh man, I remember there were times where I'd get in the car and I'd be like, I know what's gonna happen as soon as I get home. Just silent car rides where I'm like, I should have listened. I should have listened.
Not you.
What can I say? Little Marcetta.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I got it. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. That's. I'm learning more and more about you during this podcast episode here,
Yeah.
And-
a lot has changed.
and more about some of your other family members as well.
Yeah.
I just can't see Hank, dropping a
You
hammer.
know, everyone says that, and I'm like, guys, no, I've dealt with it.
Okay.
I've been through it.
Okay. All right. You're a real life person.
Yeah.
And you lived through that experience.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, praise God that you made it through.
I know.
Shout out to Hank Hudson. Rest in power as well. And I know you guys had a tight legacy, and we're going to talk about that as we kind of close up near the end. All right, so let's kind of move on a little bit, and I want to talk about your education and growth just a little bit. After NCS, you attended Wish Charter School and later graduated with honors from Cal State Dominguez in psychology. What kind of drew you towards the psychology bug?
Ooh, I would say being in high school, kind of seeing some of the things my friends were going through. We were all like required to see like a school counselor.
Yes.
And I thought she was just like the nicest person ever. And I was like, how can I do your job? I was like, I think I want to be you. Because growing up, like all at Normandy, I was always like, I want to be a teacher. Like, I want to do this. I want to do that. It was my dream to like work at Normandy for the longest time.
Really?
The longest time. I was like, no, guys, I'm going to be a teacher at Normandy.
Wow.
I'm going to keep this going.
Yeah.
And then I got to high school and I would sit in a room with her and I'd be like, I think I like this more. I don't think I want to be a teacher anymore. So then I remember applying to schools and being like, okay, let's just try out psychology, right? Because like I can change my major if I need to. And it was between psychology and kinesiology because I was an athlete in high school and middle school for a bit. And then once I got to college was when I was like, oh, wow. Like I took my first like psychology 101. It was online because it was during COVID.
Yes.
And I remember sitting on that Zoom and being like, I'm fully engaged in this. And you know, during that time, like any of like my high school classes on Zoom, I was probably asleep, wasn't really paying attention. But that one class in like particular, I was like, wow, I love this.
You were checked in.
I was, and I was really surprised that I was. So then after that, I was like, wait, I think I want to stick with this. And being in it, I was like, okay, well, if I want to be a therapist, I should probably get my own. So I got my own, loved her too. And funny enough, she had graduated from Dominguez Hills.
Okay.
And that's where she got her master's in marriage and family therapy.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh, okay, we're
Intriguing,
getting somewhere.
huh? Yeah.
The stars are aligning.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, I was there for 4 years, loved it, graduated just last spring. Yeah.
Shout out to
May
you.
2025. Yeah. I know it's about to be a year. Crazy.
Man, no, that's such a wonderful story. I mean, because people, they, I mean, just how you fell in love, or you had a great admiration for psychology. A lot of people are like, I guess I'll do. But you were like, oh no,
No, it was
let me
very
go ahead
much
and
driven.
lean in.
Yeah.
You're like, let me lean into the psychology.
Yeah, and even I want to say even in elementary when I was at Normandy, I remember just always talking to like my grandfather and him being like, you're going to college, right? You know, there's not a choice. So like it's always kind of just been instilled with me.
Right.
I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
Up until high school where I was like, no, yeah, this is the route, and I'm sticking with it. And I've just been very headstrong in it. I was like, I know I've got to do like my bachelor's, and I was like, I know I've got to keep going and doing my master's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely been very much like, no, this is rewarding. This is what I want to do.
Listen, shout out to Hank. I mean, Hank just redeeming himself. First, he put the wood on you, and then had the conversations, and then
All worked out.
It worked out.
It did.
It worked out.
It did.
Man, okay, super nice. And unlike me, so like when I graduated high school, I didn't really have a plan. I was just like, look, I'm gonna go to the college right down the street, El Camino College. I'm gonna take some classes. I ran track for 1 year, and then the best thing that happened to me, I got a job, and then kind of started to really figure out what I wanted to do, right? Which was a teacher. Actually, no. What I wanted to do is I wanted to become a photojournalist.
Nice.
But I got sidetracked because I was putting myself through college, and I couldn't take the photo labs during the daytime because I was working full time for LA County. So I had to figure out something else, and so teaching was kind of like a backup situation. And here I am, still 25 plus years,
teaching.
still here.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would have been like for you to be a teacher. What grade would you have taught?
Ooh, definitely middle school.
Okay.
I think I would have worked with middle schoolers. Even when I was in high school, I want to say my senior year, my volleyball coach, because I did volleyball,
Yes.
was like, hey, do you want to coach the middle school team?
Okay.
And I was like, me? Like, I'm still in high school. Are you sure?
Right.
She was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, okay, sure. And being with that age range, they're very funny. They're very funny. They're very much coming into their own. And I was like, I could have done that. I could have been a teacher. I very much, even now to this day, I still think sometimes like, maybe I try later down the line, maybe
Okay.
doing a teaching credential or something, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm an overachiever.
Down the
I
line-
always want to do more.
I mean, plus you're still young, right?
Yeah,
How-
I'm still really young.
Tell the people how old you are.
Oh, I'm 21.
See, you're still, yeah. So, I know people who have, teaching, they've gotten into teaching as their second career. So, yeah, by all means. And even with psychology,
Yeah.
you can go into the educational field.
Exactly.
Should you choose.
Exactly. It's the best
So,
of both worlds. I get them all now.
Absolutely. I have I work with numerous folks who have psychology as a background. And so, yeah, you can think about that, doing that as well.
Just put something in my head to want to do now.
Something to think about.
Something to think about.
Okay, so you were known as an exemplary student worker at and a student advocate at Cal State Dominguez
Yeah.
Hills. Why has leadership and service always been important to you?
Ooh, that's a great question.
So every now and again,
Wow.
I come up with a good question.
Wow, that was really good. I'm like, great. Got to think about that one actually. I think it's my mom. I think growing up, she was always kind of putting me in like leadership positions that I might not have wanted to be in, but ultimately kind of had to figure it out. So then the moment I got to college, I was like, okay, like I've got to get as involved as possible if I know I'm going to want to continue my education.
Sure.
I remember asking her like, hey, can I please live on campus? Like, I think it would just give me much more opportunities. Mind you, I lived down the street. She was like, you don't need to be there. Why
Yeah.
pay for that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because there's just so much more for me to do if I'm just there and I don't have to leave,
Yeah.
And I think being on campus, I ended up finding a campus job with the student government on campus, Associated Students, Inc.
What was your job?
I was the front desk.
Okay, so you just worked at the front desk.
Yeah, for 3 years.
Wow.
And doing that, at least with that role, there's like the student staff side, which is what I was on, and then there was the board member side, which was essentially like the advocates of the campus. They were the student campus leaders, essentially. And being able to see kind of the work they were doing that a lot of students didn't even know was happening, like some behind the scenes work. I know right now we just got new dorms and like a new health and well-being center. That started with the students that I worked alongside. Wouldn't have happened without them, without their advocacy. And I think being in that role really kind of, I don't know, I think I just wanted to be very front-facing.
Okay.
I always enjoyed helping people. I think my biggest reward, and you can ask anyone that knows me, is seeing other people like achieve something they didn't think they can.
Yeah.
Especially the small wins.
Yeah.
And that was something that like as a front desk I was always seeing, because I was always talking to the freshmen or like the transfer students and stuff like that. And I think it's something that my mom kind of instilled in me very young, where she was like, you're gonna do something great. And I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And then like as I kind of went on, especially when I was like choosing schools, I wanted to go out of state.
Okay.
Mind you, I was 16.
Yeah. See, you started early. That's
and it caught up to me.
whose fault to put you? Who put you in at 3 years old? Was that Marcella? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to talk to her.
And it's funny because I remember in middle school, like she was like, "Hey, you sure you don't want to stay back a year?" you don't want to redo 8th grade?
Right.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Have to sit with these people again? No.
Well, yeah. Yeah, because then you have to deal with this. Well, they'll think because, it's grades or whatever, and now folks call it reclassification, especially with the sports and, the guys and the girls wanting to, kind of stay back or jump ahead because of maybe a scholarship or whatever. But yeah, reclassification wasn't as fancy as it is now.
No, yeah. Like, I remember back then, like, if I were to, like, stay back, they'd be like, oh, something went wrong. You've got to start all over. Where now it's like, no, yeah, you can do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't as normalized back then. So, yeah, it did come with its downsides because I remember, just wanting to go out of school, out of state for school. I was going to go to Oregon on like a full volleyball scholarship. And then my mom was like, Imari, you're 17. You can't even sign your own paper. It's like you can't sign documents. You can't do anything. I was like, okay.
Hold on. Timeout. And I know you can't see me throwing a timeout.
I can't.
So you had a full scholarship.
I did.
To play volleyball at the University of Oregon.
I did.
Now I knew that you played volleyball, but I didn't know that you were that good to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because I kind of, not that I kept it a secret, but it was just something where I was like, this is really fun for me. I'm going to keep it to me, you know?
No, I mean, I remember, from time to time when we have youth group meetings or whatever, you couldn't make it because of volleyball.
Right.
But I just didn't know. And then back then, I mean, of course I had my kids going, here and there, football and track or whatever, cheerleading. So, but I would have made some time. I'd be like, look at little Marcelo play the volleyball.
I didn't want people to know, funny enough. Like, at least I should say, because I did school and then I did club. Yeah. And like my school coach was also a club coach. And our club was like probably one in like our division. Like the club was very well known. And those games, sure, I could have, those ones we always won. So those were cool. But the school ones, because the high school was so new, like I was the first graduating class, like I was the first 9th grade. Each year, I was the first class of it. So because of that, like the team itself was okay, kind of. We weren't horrible, but we didn't start off really well.
Gotcha.
Like I think we were like in like Division 3, and that's like the lowest division.
Okay.
But the club games, those were definitely fun. Those were fun.
So the club games and the high school games, they kind of helped you build your background and your capacity to come. You could have been a D1 volleyball competitor.
I could have.
Man, were you that good?
I was.
Man.
There are a few like highlight videos out there of me somewhere for the club games that like I've like shoved down in like storage deep away because I didn't want anyone to see them.
No, I'm gonna have to see now. I'm gonna go start finding.
If you ask my mom, she's got some videos of it.
Oh man, see.
But yeah, even there, I think leadership kind of started there because I was captain of both teams.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes I forget like how much I've done.
Yeah.
Until I'm talking about it and I'm like, wow, yeah, I did that, huh?
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Let's move on a little bit. So, were there moments during college where your NCS Foundation helped you carry through, especially when you had the different challenges? Because in high school and in college, there's so many challenges. You talked about housing. You talked about working with the student body. Of course, you have classes and, wanting to study and things of that nature. So did your NCS Foundation, did that kind of help you, work through some of the situations that you were challenged with during high school and college?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is my faith that I kind of had at NCS at a really young age. I think especially in this like day and generation when there's so much happening around you and it's very easy to be like desensitized to the world and everything that's going on. I think something that I always fall back onto was my faith. Always being like, okay, like this is in God's hands. Like I can get through this. Let me say a quick prayer, even if I don't have like an immediate tangible kind of sense of relief. Like I know that there's a bigger thing at play here. So I think that was definitely something all throughout college where I'd be like, all right, we started at Normandy. We can do this. We can do this.
We started from the bottom.
Now we're here. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's super nice, super nice. Okay, today you're pursuing your master's degree in marriage and family therapy at Azusa Pacific University. What inspired you to choose that path?
Oh, I remember being an undergrad, getting my bachelor's, and doing psychology and not wanting if I wanted to be a therapist or a social worker. And I knew some people within the church that were social workers that really loved their like job and the career field that we're in. But I also knew people that were therapists. And I think the conversations with the ones with therapists, I could see how much they lit up just speaking about it. And I was like, okay, I think this is the route I want.
Yeah.
And funny enough, Azusa is a Christian school, so it's a full circle moment.
Yeah, because I mean, you started with Christianity with the Christian school, and then now
we did charter.
You did charter. You did public education with the Dominguez Hills, and now
Back where I started. This is the last schooling I'm doing.
Okay, so this is it, huh?
Hopefully.
No doctor in the future.
I'll probably try.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, at some point. I mean, because you have a lot of time.
I do. I really
have
do.
a lot of time. Let's see. What do you believe? Why do you believe mental health, healing, and healthy families are so important right now?
I think it's your foundation. I think it's something that thankfully is a lot more spoken about. I think you're not anything without your support system. I think your family is kind of everything to, at least for me, I know my family is like everything to me. They kind of instilled in me everything I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be anywhere without them. And I think mental health is just, it still has a stigma on it. Luckily, we're kind of debunking that kind of negative connotation people have on mental health, thankfully, but I do still think it's something that people shy away from. And often people don't talk about it with their family, or maybe it's just not an open conversation they can have with their family. So I think being able to have either like supporters or friends, or for me, I know I have like my church family where it's like something really strong and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't tell my mom this. I tell people at church. You know? So I definitely think having kind of a support system is very, very, very important because it breaks the stigma.
No, it does. I mean, people need someone to talk to. And so, again, if you can't talk to your parents, because some of the things you don't feel comfortable.
Right.
Some people have that relationship and, they can share with their parents everything. But then, sometimes you don't want to talk to your parents. You want to talk to a friend. And so having that listening ear is very, very important, especially in the profession that you're going to, walk and talk in and be about. What type of people, communities do you hope to serve once you become a licensed therapist?
Ooh, kids. Yeah, that's my niche. That's my niche. It is. I have always enjoyed working with kids, even in high school.
Okay.
When I worked at like summer camps, when I did the coaching and stuff, I've always enjoyed working with kids. And I think a lot of the things that we deal with like as adults stems from like things we never were able to talk about as a kid. And I think had it been talked about when you were younger, it'd be something that you can like navigate a bit easier when you're older. I think the biggest difference between like adults and kids is like adults know the difference between right and wrong. Kids only know what they're shown.
Yeah.
And I think getting into this field, I remember being in high school and I was like, I just wish someone would have told me this. Like I would have had someone to tell this to, So I think that's definitely the population I want to serve. And it's an underserved population.
Got you. Man, we coming down. I have about 10 more minutes on my clock over here.
Okay.
This is an awesome interview.
Oh, yes, it's great.
Probably, this is probably going to be one of my best episodes that I think I've recorded or had you as a guest. So
Thank you.
You're up there. This is super nice because in the pre-show we were talking like, I'm not that I'm not a good conversationalist, but you are.
Okay. I'm glad I'm redeeming myself because I definitely was like, I don't really talk a lot.
Yeah, no, you.
I was like, I don't know what you want me to say.
No, we got you. So I kind of want to. I want to go back to NCS for a hot second, and then I want to finish up with some things, reflection about yourself, legacy, and inspiration. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a few questions here. You and your cousin Danielle served as a keynote opening speakers at the 50th anniversary of the NCS alumni reunion.
Right.
What did that moment mean to you personally?
Ooh. One, I was like, are you sure you want me to do this?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really know any of these people.
I know, right?
I was like, okay, sure.
I kind of felt like that, even as an alum.
Yeah, where you're like, I'm like, I only know the people that like I was in class with.
Yeah.
And most of them, at that time at least, were all out of state for school.
Yes.
Because all of us, I think that was 2024. So yeah, I was still in my undergrad,
Yeah.
finishing up. And I knew anyone that I talked to are all out of state. I think I'm the only one that like stayed in California.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like are you sure? And I remember talking to like Danny and being like, he chose the two youngest people to do this. Okay, we'll figure it out. And I remember getting there and like everyone doing the, oh my gosh, you're little Marcetta. Oh my gosh, you're Darren's niece. Oh my gosh, your Faye's granddaughter.
You're like, oh
and I'm
man,
like,
what I
oh
give?
my
Yeah,
gosh, here
like,
we go.
here
And
we
they're like, you don't remember me when I used to hold you? And I'm like, well, definitely not. I definitely don't remember that. But it was definitely, it very much kind of brought me into things that I kind of didn't remember about being that young at Normandy. Funny enough that we were talking about the hot dog thing. I do think I remember someone talking about that and me having the same level of confusion and being like, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, so let's go ahead. I have another question, but I may or may not ask it. Okay, so you don't remember anything? Y'all didn't have hot dog day?
No, what is that?
Okay, so hot dog day was usually on Fridays. And so, when I was there, class of 1980, right, we, on Fridays, they would say, okay, your parents pay maybe $1 or $2, whatever, for your hot dogs, right? And so you can get a number 1, 2, or 3. It comes with chips and maybe some kind of drink or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so, hot dog day was like a famous thing. Wow. And so, during lunchtime, I would get a number, I don't know, number 3, but basically it had everything. It had ketchup, mustard, and relish on the hot dog.
Wow.
And so I'm just kind of like flabbergasted that you did not get a chance to experience hot dog day because you were class of 1991. Is that correct?
No, 2015.
2015. Okay.
2015.
I'm sorry. 2015. Dang. That's you. Okay. 20. Yeah, way off. 2015. So I guess they got rid of the hot dog days.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to think. Like on a Friday, the closest thing maybe to that was like at least summer camp where we would do a CW and Chris Friday.
Yeah, no.
Where every Friday we'd pay to like either get some chicken wings or like some fried shrimp. But that's the only thing. But it wasn't every Friday thing where we'd give like $10 every Friday.
Oh, $10?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Inflation went up, huh?
I mean,
Shout out. First of all, shout out to CW and Chris. Shout out to Erica. Shout out to
them.
I sound like the dude on the internet. Hungry for Munchies. Shout out.
My God.
Shout out to Erica. Shout out to the players. Shout out to C and the W.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chicken.
they're so. Shout out to Chicken.
Man,
Shout out to Chicken.
See, you missed out then. You missed out on the hot dog days.
Yeah. Now I wish I had that. I'm
Okay,
starting
so
to wish.
let me ask you. If I don't know if do you eat hot dogs?
I do.
Okay, so what would be your hot dog special? What would you get on your hot dog if they had hot dogs back in the day?
Just ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup
That's
and
it.
mustard.
Very simple.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Very, very important thing.
Yeah. Very important.
Man, I'm just like dumbfounded that they didn't have.
No.
Okay.
I'll have to ask my mom if she even had it because I feel like she would have.
Yeah, but you guys had CW and Chris, so that's good.
We had CW and Chris. Maybe a bit better.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. As we wrap up, what do you think your grandmother would have felt? How do you think she would have felt seeing you guys speak and kind of continue that family legacy? Going back to the 50th anniversary opening kind of monologue situation.
Yeah. Ooh. I think she would have been very proud.
Yeah.
I think just hearing the way everyone spoke about her, hearing the stories they would tell me about her, that they or interactions they've had with her.
Yes.
I think she'd be very proud to know that the legacy kind of continued. I think she'd be very proud of my mom and my uncle for kind of passing that down on to me. And I think she'd probably be like, I am so glad Imari is public speaking, because I didn't talk for a really long time.
This is true.
I didn't talk for a really long
I'm
time.
This girl,
I was very quiet.
Your mom would bring you around here to the building. I'm like, okay. Is
she ever going to speak?
Yeah, what's she going to say?
No.
Talk?
No, I was always so shy. I was so shy, except in class.
Yeah.
Except in class. That was the only time you'd probably ever hear anything out of me. So I think she'd be like, oh my gosh, she's talking. Thank goodness. We've waited for this. I'm joking.
Wait,
but,
shout out to you talking.
Shout out for me growing up.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into the reflection, legacy, and inspiration piece as we begin to close up this wonderful episode. When people hear the name Imari Taylor, what do you hope they think of?
Ooh, whoa. Oh my goodness. That is a great question. Wow, these questions keep getting better and better.
I told you, every now and again.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Ooh, if they hear Imari Taylor, I would want them to think maybe an inspiration. I definitely think I was able to walk within my mom's path, but make it my own. I think her name, anytime you hear her name, you see everyone get really excited. I would kind of hope I get that same reaction to my name.
Sure.
But yeah, I hope like I'm an inspiration. I think being able to kind of pave the way for like the generation under me, especially like for my cousin Danielle, trying to be a good role model for her as well. And I don't know, I think branching out, being able to keep continuing my education. Breaking the generational curse, you know.
Absolutely.
Keeping it going.
Yeah. And kind of, my next question was, what does it mean to carry a family legacy while still creating your own? And you kind of alluded to that a little bit. You know, you talked about, your younger cousin, Danny, but you also talked about, trying to make sure you create your own legacy, stepping out of the shoes of little Marcetta, right? and doing Imari Taylor things, right? Doing Imari Taylor stuff. So, okay, another question. If your younger NCS student could see you now, what do you think she'd say?
She would be very surprised. Yeah, I think maybe not. I think she'd be surprised, but she would have saw it coming. I think even when at NCS, I think I was always also trying to help everyone. I think that's why I was always in trouble, because I was always trying to be like the light of the classroom and kind of bring people's spirits up. Just maybe not in the most effective way or during the right moments, but I think that was always my ultimate goal. So I think she'd be like, no, yeah, I could see you in a helping profession. That makes sense to me. But I think she'd be very proud of me.
Okay.
I'm very proud of her.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all proud of you and what you're able to do. And, we know the story is going to continue. The marathon continues, right? You're just 21. You're about to graduate pretty soon. You're about to go into therapy and all that kind of good stuff. And so, I can't wait to see what the world holds for you.
Thank you.
A few more questions here.
Okay.
What advice would you give to young students from NCS who want to do something meaningful with their lives?
You've got it. Honestly, I think at least for me, the only barrier was myself. I think I was getting in my own way. I was being way too hard on myself and not giving myself enough grace. Or at least not the same grace I was giving everyone else. I would definitely say just go for it. You're young. I mean, we're all the same age for the most part, all of us that kind of grew up together. Definitely, I would say go for it. And if you're ever lost, just ask for help. It's okay to ask for help or to start something new.
Ask somebody for some help.
Ask somebody for some help and be comfortable in the uncomfortable. You don't get anywhere being comfortable all the time. You've got to put yourself out there. I think that's probably the biggest advice I would give someone.
Okay, so the last question that I have, and we were kidding about how long these questions were. And, I told you I had 35 questions, right? Remember that at the beginning?
I do remember that.
So I think I've asked at somewhere between 20, let me stop my timer. I've asked somewhere between 20 and 25 questions.
Wow.
So here's the last question.
Okay.
When you hear the phrase best in the West, What does that mean to you personally?
Ooh, best in the West.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better than us.
Ah, yes, sir.
Nobody does it better. Sorry.
Nobody does it better. in
my gosh.
in my Nate Dogg,
Oh my
Nate Dogg
You're
voice.
so funny. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
No one does it better. West Coast, the best coast. They don't say it for no reason.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So El Presidente is going to kill me if I do not do this, and so we're going to finish up the show. Let me stop my timer. So I said that we were going to go for about 45 minutes, and my timer was about a minute out. So we're right on time. We're right on time.
Okay.
So I have some pictures. So those of you who stuck around for the complete episode, you get to see some pictures that we're going to put up here. So I'm going to describe these images to you.
Okay.
And so this is one of you standing. It looks like Timothy Quick, and you are standing in a red dress with a white top. And I think Darren had said that Timothy Quick is also in this photo as well. And so, I don't know what you guys were singing, or do you remember performing in a red skirt and in a white top and then standing next to somebody? I don't know who you're standing next to.
So James, that's me, Marcetta, and Timothy Quick.
That's who?
That's Timothy, myself, and Marcetta.
Oh, okay. I do see Darren's head kind of peeking through a little bit. Oh, that's Marcetta. Oh, and Timothy Quick. Okay, so
See, you thought I was little Marcetta.
I know it has nothing to do with you. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on. I got another one. Okay. This one is you. This is you and Danielle speaking again, opening up the 50th anniversary.
I do remember that one.
You do. Mm-hmm. You remember what you wore?
I think it was it white? Like black and white?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that one. I remember
you got
that
a good
one.
memory. Okay.
I remember going with Danny to find an outfit for that.
Okay. So this one, this is a picture of you with your Dominguez stole. You're looking nice and purdy. Just talk about the feelings when you walked across the stage and you got your, you graduated with honors.
Yeah. Ooh, oh my goodness. Walking that stage, I remember being like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Like, it was a long time coming. It felt very, very long.
Yeah.
Like, looking back, I'm like, I can't believe it's almost been a year now since I've graduated.
Yeah.
I remember trying to honor my grandfather in any way possible. And I think I had under my gown, I think I had his lapel that we all wore to his funeral, to kind of just be like, you're here with me. We're walking this together. Because that was his one thing. He was like, you're gonna finish college. You're gonna do it. You're gonna go all the way. Even when I was like, guys, I don't know if I can keep going to school anymore. They're like, no, you're gonna finish. So
and you know what? We all get to that place where it's like, okay, we've been struggling, been going through, and this is even my own daughter a couple of days ago. She calls, she's like, I can't do it.
It's hard.
We're like, yes, you can.
Yeah, it's hard.
You got a couple more weeks. Hang in there. I mean, what's the option? You done did it for 17. Come on.
You just got to keep going. And that's the mindset to have. You've been doing it for so long already.
Yeah. All right. So that's that photo. And then this one is a picture of Mary Quick and your grandmother. And I'm sure you've seen this one. They're kind of hugged up.
The hug one? Yeah, I do know that one.
Yeah. So we got that one in here. And then I have you and I guess some of your friends from NCS. You have on like a skirted, a flowery skirted kind of thing. Looks like a jean shirt. Darren, who's she standing with? Because I know you know.
That sounds familiar.
He's going to say, oh, she's standing with her friends.
I think, is that Olive and Mia? I think that's Olive
and Mia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Olive. Shout out to Mia, standing next to Imari.
I remember that picture. That was at.
Olive is the granddaughter of Barbara Yalvin.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Darren is providing some other.
I think that was at one of the women's conferences that we went to.
Okay. Here's another something that we do here at Alondra. We try to honor our graduates, and if folks want to donate or kind of donate and just say congratulations, give them some cash or give them a little offering. We set up a table in our youth center, and this is a table. This is a table where you're standing behind, and you have you have your little banner. You got your big. Your big face.
Oh gosh, not the big, the fan. Oh gosh, I didn't like that fan.
Oh man,
I still have that fan. My mom has that in her room till this day.
We got that, and then the last two pictures, I think they kind of go together. It's a picture of a check for $300, and then it's a younger picture of you standing next to your grandfather. He's wearing the
white shirt. Oh, the Cal State shirt.
Yeah,
oh, right.
Yeah. So, Darren, give me the background of about this $300 check that I'm showing over here.
Before her grandfather passed, I told him about the NCS Alumni Association.
Okay.
And he wanted to set aside a donation for his granddaughter because he knew he wasn't going to make it for graduation.
Got you. Okay, so this is a donation that her grandfather had set aside prior to him passing, and so this is kind of what this is. And he gave you $300, and I'm sure that $300 has turned into many more dollars, or will turn into many more dollars in the future.
Yeah.
Man, super nice to have you here on the show.
So much.
Was it all that you wanted it to be?
It was better. I became really comfortable really fast. You're a great host.
Hey, listen. Thank you. It's been a long day for myself and for my wife is still here, and she's like, "Look, dude, can you hurry up?" But I'll thank you. Thank the wifey for sticking through, and thank you for being a guest. I know this is kind of short notice, and we normally go. Well, I'm not even gonna say that, but I appreciate you being on the show today. And just kind of telling your story and how NCS has left or created a wonderful foundation for you to thrive in. So any closing thoughts that you would like to share with the people as we finish up this episode?
I don't know. I'm kind of biased, but I still think if you went to NCS, you probably had the better elementary school. I think that's all I've got to say. And the people that left, you missed out. You missed out.
Got you. Answer these following questions with one word. Favorite teacher at NCS?
Miss Rose.
One word to describe your grandmother.
Loving.
Psychology or therapy, which is more challenging?
Therapy.
Describe your journey in 3 words.
Long time coming.
Hey, little Marcetta.
Yeah, it's gonna come back. They're gonna call me that now, guys. It's okay.
No, I'm not. Hey, it was such a pleasure to have. Thank you. Best of luck in your journey.
Thanks.
I mean, you and your family have left a wonderful legacy at NCS, and so continue to walk well, walk with pride, and continue to carry the love of Christ in you, with you, wherever you go. You're going to do great things. And
Thank you.
We're standing on the sidelines cheering you on because we know that you're going to do great things in the future. So thank you for being a guest. Do me a favor. Just kind of hang out right there where you are, and I'm going to wrap up the show, okay?
Okay.
Appreciate you, Imari.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, we had another wonderful show. And I think by far, I mean, we've been doing this for about a year and a half. Imari might be my favorite guest, but don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. She's young. She's full of energy, and I just hope that she can go out there and continue with the legacy that has been presented to her through NCS. She's had a wonderful foundation, and so I can't wait to see what she's going to do. I may or may not continue to call her Little Marcetta, but anyway. Thank you again, Imari Taylor, for being our guest. And you know what? Do us a favor. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. You can also, what else can you do? You can subscribe. You can tell a friend. You can share all of our videos. And so, you can do all the things. But other than that, we'll come back in another few weeks from now with another wonderful in-person guest. Continue to have another wonderful month. Until next time, watch the videos. And this is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all.
From the halls of Normandy, where the stories unfold, through the laughter and the lessons, the bonds we hold, alumni shine.